and joining us. We have a very beautiful program planned for you. The Kumar family are a family that supports everything that the Mandir does. They're always here, and we are happy to have them host this event for us this evening. As we begin, I'd like to introduce to you, as many of you know, our Mandir's Pandit is Pandit Avinash Biyodari. He has been training in the ways of Sanatana Dharma since the age of 11, but he formally became a Pandit at the age of 20. He currently practices his religious duties here at the Shiva Shakti Mandir. When he's not working or at Mandir, he spends time with his beautiful wife, Serena, and their adorable daughter, Andrea, and his beloved dog, Bella. So with that, I'd like to hand the mic over to Avi.
Thank you. Namaste, Jai Sita Ram, everyone. For those of you who don't know her, this is Elise Mahipal. She is our Mandir secretary. She didn't actually introduce herself. So I just want to make sure she gets the recognition. She's like a sister to me, so I can give her a hard time, and I consistently will throughout the night, just because I can. Before we get started with any prayers or any sorts of obediences to Bhagwan, I want to welcome you all with this bhajan. We sing it at the beginning of mostly every one of our services here at the Mandir, but I've never actually translated. So I'd like to sing it for you all first, and then really dive into the translation to let you know what it fully means. Om Swakata Sabhajana Issa Mandiro Bhakti Ki Swati Ki Dhara Sundhara Sumadhura Gana Hamaro Ranjana Sabhanaranara Swagata Sabhajana Issa Mandiro Bhakti Ki Swati Ki Dhara Akshay, you gotta play. Sundara Sumadhura Gana Hamaram Ranjana Sabhanaranara Swagata Sabhajana Issa Mandiro Bhakti Ki Swati Ki Dhara Sundara Sumadhura Gana Hamaro Ranjana Sabhanaranara Isha Saguna Niramuna Vinashi Mata Pitara Ruyara Isha Saguna Niranguna Vinashi Mata Pitara Ruyara Tore Maya Hamavasta Sadahi Tore Maya Hamavasta Sadahi Tara Hame Sansara Swagata Sabhajana Issa Mandiro Bhakti Ki Swati Ki Dhara Sundhara Sumadhura Gana Hamara Ranjana Sabhanaranara Ranjana Sabhanaranara Ranjana Sabhanaranara. So over time Over time, devotees, we have actually really honed in and changed how we're doing things to welcome people to Mandir. So what does that bhajan mean? What is the translation of it? And how does it relate to you all? The first line is, I sing it because I'm more socially awkward than anything. So it really tries to say what I want to tell everybody. I'm just kind of too awkward to say so sometimes. May all be welcome to this temple of worship to share in the sweetness of devotion. May our beautiful, sweet songs inspire the minds of all that are present here. God is our mother, father, and friend, and he is the supreme infinite Lord. We are his loving children. May he deliver us from this world of mundane existence. So essentially, it's me saying, welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for residing with us tonight. And thank you for joining us tonight as we share our devotion towards Bhagwan. I have been asked to say a few words of wisdom before we introduce Jyotiji and before we delve into the reading for tonight. And so the only thing I'm going to do for you all is not read from the scriptures, but give you more of a life lesson. more of an understanding of what it means to be here today. It's said that in Sanatana Dharma, the best things that we can do is have devotional service to Bhagwan. Devotional service to Bhagwan is absolutely wonderful, and it's absolutely great. But how do we maintain and how do we institute devotional service if we're just hearing from the scriptures? I think that's always a good question, because if I'm going to sit here and pray to God, obviously I can maintain devotion. But how do you maintain devotion when you're listening to a story of Bhagwan? Every story has something at the very end. What is that end thing called? And don't say an ending. I don't need smart Alex. What is the end of a story? It's a teaching point. It's called a... Somebody said moral? Who said moral? Yeah. I heard points over there. The moral of the story. What did you take away? What did you learn? When we listen to the scriptures, they teach us more about who we are than we know. It teaches us about life, how we need to live, and what we can apply to our own daily lives. I want you to understand that when we say religion, religion isn't just something we do to find inner peace. It's not just praying, but it's also a way of life. It's a standard as to who we need to be as human beings and how we need to treat other people, but also, most importantly, how we need to treat ourselves. So as we listen tonight through the stories, here's what you need to do to maintain devotion. Find at least one thing that you're going to hear from tonight. Take it home with you and make it a priority over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Make it a priority in your life. We make things a priority and we repeatedly do them over and over again because we become better at it that way. Yes, we have people who are instant rock stars at things that they do, whether it be music, sports, education. But do you think a person can maintain that without practicing it? That was a legitimate question for the audience. No, thank you. You take what you hear from the scriptures, you go home, and you practice it. Not everything that you're going to hear tonight. Do you think you're going to remember every single little word you're going to hear tonight? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Will you hear something that's going to be meaningful to you? Of course. That's going to require some attention. So in order for us to maintain devotion from hearing the words of the scriptures, it's important that we all abide by this lesson. That's why you're here tonight. Take at least one learning point home. Take at least one portion of the story home. Just one. At least one. And practice it. Live by it. Continuously do it over and over again. And at some point you're going to realize it's going to become second nature. It's going to become something that you just can't shake off because you're doing it all the time. Do you know what my habit is at home that my wife always is like, you're doing that again? I'll sing the same song over and over and over and over again. I'm not talking about like Little Nas X or, whatever's on the radio. Like a bhajan. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hey Govinda. Over and over again. What's one way that we become more devoted to Bhagwan? By continuously chanting their name. By continuously singing the songs and glories. I heard that once. I took it to practice. And every day I told myself, just for a few minutes, after I'm done praying, I'll walk around. I'll make my cup of coffee. I'll eat my breakfast. And I'll sing a song. My wife calls me the old man of the house because I sit down with my cup of coffee, my bowl of cereal. You know what my bowl of cereal of choice is? Raisin Bran. Yeah. You know because you've been over. I eat my Raisin Bran, I sit there and I sing my songs just over and over and over again. If I'm lucky, the baby will be awake and she'll also be there just smacking my face as I'm singing and eating my Raisin Bran. I took one lesson home and now it's an institutional part of my life. It's something I do every day, but I feel good because I do it. Is there any negative aspects that are going to come to me from repeating a bhajan over and over again? What do you think? No, I'm not going to get indigestion. I'm not going to get a headache. I'm not going to be worse at the end of the day. I'm actually going to feel better because I'm doing something that makes me happy. So your goal for today, don't go home and continue to sing bhajans now. That's my thing. Find your own thing first and foremost. You can if you want to, but it's my thing. Remember that. So you can go home, take something that you're going to hear from today, and try it out. See how well it works for you, but do it over and over and over again until you can't do it anymore, until it becomes so mind-boggling to you that you're not realizing you're doing it. One thing that I've seen our community do a lot of, which we never did at the very beginning of time when we first started, we'd all get together and we'd say, hey, what's up? How are you doing? It's not a bad way of greeting people. But what's become second nature to most of us? You see a person for the first time that day, what do you say? Jai Sita Ram, Ram Ram, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna, Namaste is also a good one. We now recognize the God within each other, and now that's second nature. Do you realize how much blessing you're getting now just by addressing a person appropriately because we've changed our nature, we've repeatedly done it over and over again, and now it's ingrained in our culture? That's the goal for tonight. Learn from the scriptures, take it home, and make it a part of your internal culture. Make it a part of who you are and what you do every single day of every single moment. Just one thing. Some of you are like, one thing's not hard. It's not bad at all. You're going to find out how hard it truly is. But you still got to do it. Persevere through it all. I think I'm staying on time. What time am I? I've got 3 more minutes. Okay. So within those 3 minutes, what I'd like for us to do before we welcome Jyoti ji in, before we do anything else, and learn from the scriptures, because what I told you was just a learning point of life. You may have heard that in a scripture somewhere, but I don't read from a scripture. I just kind of made that up off the top of my head. I want us to go ahead and focus on Bhagwan. I want us to offer some prayers before we come in and hear the scriptures. For me personally, I always offer 3 prayers. And you all hear me say this all the time. The first is for Lord Ganesh. Ganapati Bhagwan is the remover and creator of all obstacles. I ask him if that he's going to be here to help me tonight. He removes any unnecessary obstacles in my way, so that way I can learn the material with a steadfast mind. But if he puts an obstacle in my way, I hope it's an obstacle that I can overcome that helps me learn the material as well. Obstacles are a good thing. They challenge us. They make us better people. I offer prayers to some of the Saraswati. Saraswati Mata is the mother of knowledge. She's the mother of learning. She's the mother of wisdom. She's the mother who helps us convert the words from the text into knowledge into wisdom for our daily lives. So we offer prayers for her. And finally, I always offer a prayer to my guru, who paved the path before me, so that way I can sit down here today to be able to do things like understand what I'm listening to have the heart and soul to be devoted towards the stories that I'm hearing, and to be able to have that mind and conscious soul to learn from them and make them a part of my daily life. So I ask that you all join together with me, devotees. Prayer is very important, so it has to be done right. Clasp your hands and close your eyes. I know that you've got a world of things going on in your mind, things of worldly nature, but I ask at this point in time, you remove any thoughts that may be causing you distress, any worldly desires or attachments. Remove any thoughts that are going on at all. The next thing I need you to do is focus your body and relax all of your muscles. And I know that's hard to say, but to do that, you take a deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way to the top, and I want you to slowly exhale. As you do that, relax the muscles in your back, drop your shoulders, relax your neck. If your forehead is scrunched up, unscrunch that, remove the stress. If your legs are tensed up right now, relax. Let them drop. Let the knees drop down to the ground. Let your body just slowly fall as you continue to breathe. With your eyes remaining closed, devotees, I want you to focus on a form of Bhagwan that's most pleasing to you, one that helps you concentrate and focus. And join together with me as we chant these prayers. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurumeni Va Sarvakarishu Sarvada Om Saraswati Namastobhyam Varere Kamarupini Vidhyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om Prem se Bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai Prem se Bolo Saraswati Mata ki Jai Prem se Bolo Guru Deo ki Jai. Okay, I think I'm now 1 minute over, but that's fine. I'll hand the microphone back over to Elise as we get prepared for our reading for tonight.
Thank you, Avi. I think you're doing pretty good on time. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand as Sister Priya and her family and all of us welcome Brahmachari Jyoti into the Mandir.
सूर्यं भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेम विद्युतो भान्ति तोयमग्नि तमेव महान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासं सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ भद्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेम विद्युतो भान्ति तोयमग्नि तमेव भाति सर्वं तस्य भासं सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ भद्रसूर्यं भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेम विद्युतो भान्ति तोयमग्नि तमेव भाति सर्वं तस्य भासं सर्वमिदं विभाति हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम.
At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please be seated. And while Avi assists Swaminiji to get everything set up, we will have one bhajan by Nirmala.
काली कमली ओढ़ के आए भक्तों के भगवान रे तेरे मेरे नहीं पहचान रे काली कमल
this time, it is my honor to introduce Swamini. Brahmacharni Jyotiji is the residing spiritual head of the Chinmaya Niketan in Norcross, Georgia. She's actually originally from Pinal, Trinidad. Before becoming a Brahmacharni, Jyotiji was a practicing pediatrician in Trinidad for a few years. During her tenure, she noticed that it is not the body that was ill, but the mind. She knew immediately what her purpose was and what she needed to do. She then flew to Sandipani, India, and was studying under her guru, Swami Bodhatmanandaji. Upon returning to Trinidad, she was appointed by Swami Prakashanand of Trinidad, the Chinmaya organization, to move to Atlanta and serve the Atlanta community. She serves in many ways, including teaching Vedic chanting classes, the Bhagavad Gita classes for high school kids, Vedanta Sara, Chandya Upanishad, Asha Vakra Gita for adults, and a few more classes at other locations. Her days are filled with lectures, classes, and other activities. We are indeed very fortunate today to have her here to expound on the divinity of the Divine Mother. At this time, I'd like to pass the mic over to Swamiji.
Sita Ram, everyone. Hari Om. This evening, we are going to worship Devi Ma. Everyone can hear me well? Okay, thank you. This evening, we are going to worship that divine female energy within this creation and within all of us, men and women, that Shakti of the divine within. So we'll begin with one bhajan to Devi Ma, Amba Parameshwari. Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari, Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari, Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari, Amba Parameshwari Akhilandeshwari, Amba holding the image of Devi Ma in our hearts, we begin with invocation prayer. We will do invocation to Bhagwan Ganesha, asking his blessings for us to have a beautiful satsang tonight. No obstructions. Bhagwan Ganesha, remover of obstacles. And then for Devi Ma and Guru to bless us. So with our hands together, eyes closed, and we invoke Bhagwan Ganesha in our hearts.
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामय नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। हरिः ॐ। Mata, mother. Mother is the most sanctified role that Bhagwan has blessed this entire creation with. Mother, as the divine Devi Ma, she is the universal power of Shakti behind even our great Triputi of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. All three of them, they find their expression and their strength only along with her, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. The creative power of Brahmaji is predicated on the intelligence of Saraswati Devi, his consort, goddess of knowledge, Saraswati. Means only through her knowledge is he able to design and bring forth such an ingenious creation. Have you ever paused to notice just how brilliant this creation itself is? A plant will take carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus from the earth and translate that into a fruit. Does that fruit taste anything like the soil? He'll take manure from the earth and transform that into a flower. Does that flower smell anything like the manure? Thank goodness, no. Means, how is that plant intelligent enough to take this and transform it into that? The genetic coding within that plant allows it to transform one thing into another. Is that plant smart enough to code its own genetics like that? No way. Means some intelligence has created that plant with that ability. Look at the creation itself and how self-sustained it is. All of it points to a very intelligent creator. Nothing comes into this earth. We import and export oil out of Guyana, food in. But this earth doesn't import or export anything, yet everything is self-sustained just within here. From the earth, plants grow. Animals consume plants. Humans consume plants and animals, then they die and become the soil. And that soil is food for the plant again. Everything is self-sustained. Notice the intelligence within this creation. Only a very intelligent creator could have brought forth something with such brilliance. And so, that Brahma, the creator, Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati, all three are there. Why is it only Saraswati Devi is the consort of Brahma? Because to create, you need intelligence. And so Saraswati Devi is the consort of Brahmaji. Second, Brahma Vishnu. The sustaining power of Vishnu. What do we need in order to sustain something? Resources, wealth. And so Lakshmi Devi is that consort of Vishnu. Only through her wealth as Shri Devi, through her resources as Bhu Devi, goddess of the earth, can Vishnu sustain this creation. And then finally, the dissolution which Maheshwara Shiva enforces finds its strength in that power of Durga, one incarnation of Parvati Ma. In other words, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, the male aspects of this universe find their support and their balance in the feminine divine energy. As it said, behind every successful man stands an amazing woman. But note well, yatha pinde tata brahmande, just as in the macrocosm, so also in this microcosm. And so that same Shakti of Devi Ma, that universal mother, finds its manifestation in her own amshas as the Devis within each and every one of our homes. Our mothers, our wives, our sisters and daughters, they are our Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. As wife, she is the potential source of life for that lineage, the creator, Brahma Patni. As mother, she is the wellspring of sustenance in that household, Vishnu Patni. And, well, we all know when she decides to unleash that Durga, her destruction knows no bounds. That one I don't need to elaborate, right? We've all experienced that. But all jokes aside, that resoluteness of her spirit, that was bestowed as a blessing on her actually. Because through that unflinching power of that Shakti that she is able to channel, our mothers have been the protectors and the propagators of our sacred Hindu culture throughout history. They have kept our Dharma alive through the family units. Without good dharmic mothers and sisters and daughters, the entire Sanatana Dharma ideology and practices would have never survived. They would have been lost through time. We all know it. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna makes a very powerful argument to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He says, Bhagavan, the one thing I am worried about in this war that we are about to fight is that when all of these men fall in battle, what will happen to their wives? And what will happen to Dharma if their wives are gone? He says in Bhagavad Gita, Kulakshaye pranashyante kuladharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam kritsnam adharmo abhibhavatyuta adharmat bhibhavat krishna pradushyanti kule striyaha strishu dushta subhashneya jayate varna sankaraha. Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, if these men fall in battle, what will become of the women, and by extension the family unit and the entire society? He says Dharma is upheld through that family unit. Kula Dharma, Stri Dharma. The Dharma of the women is the Dharma of the home and the Dharma of entire society by extension. See, Arjuna understood this balance of wife and husband. He said if the husbands fall, what will happen with the wives? See, husband and wife are a team. And a good husband-wife team, they are the strength of each other. Ardhanarishwar, Shiva Shakti, they are inseparable. And when that husband-wife team is in union, they are a force to be reckoned with. There is a beautiful story in Sri Ramcharitamanas about the dharma of a good husband and wife. In Ramcharitamanas, there's a story that many don't know. On that day that Sri Rama was about to become king, Dasharatha sent him to the forest instead, right? We all know that. Did we know that he went to Kausalya Ma? She didn't know what was happening. She saw him, she said, oh, this is the holy day, you're going to get coronated, I'm so happy. He prostrated at her feet and he said, Ma, Father has bestowed on me the kingdom of the forest, not the kingdom of Ayodhya. Bless me, I am happy to go. See his strength. Kausalya Devi, her heart stricken now. She gathered her strength and she said, if your father alone has commanded you to go to the forest without my consent, then I have the power to undo that, because a mother's word stands higher than a father's. This is given in our scripture. I didn't say it. Ramcharitamanas, our scripture says a dharmic mother's word trumps the father's. Everyone was shocked and they stood there. Is Kausalya Ma going to go against her husband and tell Rama stay? Will she do it? Never. Because a good dharmic wife knows that she and her husband are a team. And even if she doesn't understand why he made a decision, in front of the child she will support him. She may go after and say, what did you do? And then together they come and fix it. But she will never undermine her husband in front of the child. Sri Rama, a grown man, but still their child. So everyone stood there. Is she going to undo it? Never. She stood there, her heart aching to say these words.
But she said, Rama, I want you to know, if your father alone has told you, you don't have to go. But know right now that both mother and father are asking you to go to the forest. Kausalyama also consented to this. But she knew the role Sri Rama had to fulfill. At birth, he told her he was the divine. So she knew. This pair of husband and wife is what Arjuna knew. He knew that power, and so he cautioned Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He said, our Sanatana Dharma will die if these men are all killed in battle and their wives are taken and corrupted by the adharmic men of the opposite side. Now, Arjuna's caution, did it stop the war from happening? No. Is Sanatana Dharma still alive today? Booming. So what happened? Bhagavan just smiled at Arjuna. He said, Arjuna, you don't worry about these women. We might be the ones standing on this battlefield, but they know how to fight. Don't doubt it. In fact, Bhagavan probably thought, I'm glad I'm standing on this battlefield. I'd rather go up against these warriors than face those ladies. He said, Arjuna, you don't worry about them. These women have an innate strength. They will survive with or without us if they have to. Why? For their children. For the sake of their children. For the sake of their society, for the sake of each other, hand in hand, they will lift each other. So broad and deep is their vision. Our Hindu culture will never die as long as they are here. You know why? Because they are dharmic women. And as long as the laws of Dharma, right conduct, guides and fuels their conduct, then Dharma will be Sanatana. Righteousness will be eternal. And Sanatana Dharma will survive. And Sanatana Dharma has survived. As mothers, wives, daughters and sisters, you all hold that mantle of Dharma. Don't let anyone shake you, especially in this Western society. And as fathers, husbands, brothers, sons, boyfriends, whatever, as you hold a crucial role in supporting that mantra, because, listen carefully, if our men do not respect respectable women, then our women will lose respect for being respectable. It is in your hands. And in this Western society, it's a very dangerous balance of women losing the respect for themselves. Why? In our olden days, our grandmothers, great-grandmothers back in Trinidad and Guyana, they would all dress in a certain way, if you remember. Always long dress, always urni, always there, tied. This was their way. What has happened now, more and more, our young girls, short mini skirt and whatever else. That wasn't even a thought for them back then. And look at how strongly Dharma was upheld. What happened is, our young girls, what will they start thinking? They start thinking, if my husband, if my boyfriend, he likes me to dress like this. He likes it when I act like that. So, that's what he likes, so that's what I'll do. And then the next generation sees that and they follow. What will happen? Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits, it becomes your character. Watch your character, it will become your destiny. And be very aware of how your destiny can influence the destiny of many others if you are a woman.
actions speak louder than words. And mark my words, within 2 generations, our entire culture can fall. Huh? This Western society, more than ever now, we have to hold strong to our Dharma as women. And as men, you have to support and encourage this Dharma, because a foundation which is undermined will collapse. Dharma lives in you, and Dharma will die with you if you let it. In no uncertain terms, know this, that you as men hold that power over women. And if you support their Dharma, then they will feel proud to live it also. With great power comes great responsibility. So what to do? What to do? Be proud. Be proud of your dharmic wife. Compliment her for your daughter to hear. You don't have to do it in front of your daughter. Everyone hears everything in the house. You just say it, they will hear. But what will happen is, you compliment your wife for her dharmic ways. Your daughter will hear that. And in her mind, it will create a subtle thought that, this is something that my husband will revere me for later in future. I want to be like that too. Be proud of your dharmic wife, first. Second, be proud of our culture. Wear your kurta, your sari, your shalwar and walk through the mall. Who cares? In Trinidad, we say, on Sunday morning, you dress to kill. Means, look at our outfits. No Armani, Prada. No one has anything on what we wear. When we dress, nothing can compare. Be proud of that. Walk through the mall in your outfit. Be proud of our culture. Be proud of our traditions. What's one of our best traditions? We all know as a belna, a dabla. Yes? Good. Yeah, Trinidad terms, Guyanese terms, I think it's same. Best tradition. Mother holding that dabla. She doesn't even need to use it. Just seeing it, everyone gets in line. One of my favorite childhood memories. Nani holding the dabla. She line up all the grandchildren. Why all them misbehaving? Hands out, one each. Everybody counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my cousin? Cousin missing. You looking for him? He gone and hide in a barrel. He hiding from inside the barrel. Where's she? She gone yet? This is our culture. How will our kids have these experiences unless we be proud of our tradition? What's the tradition? Discipline your children. Scold your children. In this American society, we're all, no. In this country, people don't scold their children. Our culture is, we all got scolded growing up, no? Some of us got a little more too. And we all turned out just fine. Did we have any problems of discipline that we're seeing in this current generation? Not at all. One look and that was it. Be proud of our traditions. Means be Indian, be who we are. Be proud to live our ways. Let our children learn harmonium, tabla, sitar. They don't have to learn piano and violin just because they live here. Give them strong Indian names. If you wear it with pride, then so will they. Our children don't do what we say. We all know. Children don't do what we say. But they do what we do. You show them that regal, pristine pride of Hinduism. When you wear your Indian clothes, you wear it with your head high. Portray caliber. When we live it, our sons and daughters will learn it. Show our daughters the resplendence which exudes from a strong dharmic woman like Sita Ram. And that when she radiates that character, the strong and poised partner that will attract to her will be like Shri Ram. There's a nice story in Ramchartamanas about Surpanaka. Everyone knows Surpanaka? So that demon, she sees Sri Rama, Ravana's sister. And she said, what a handsome man. So through her demonic power, she transforms herself into a very good-looking woman. And she approaches Rama. He takes one look at her and he says, I'm married, go check him. She goes to Lakshmana. He says, I'm married too, go back. I think he might change his mind. Back and forth until she feels so insulted. She leaves there angry and she goes and complains to Ravana. Now see what? Unrequited love. A woman spawned. Never underestimated them. She goes to Ravana and she twists the story. She says, oh brother, there's this beautiful woman called Sita. And I was trying to capture her for in the way. Change the story. You go and get rid of them. Ravana sends Khardushan, a whole part of his army. The minute Sita and Lakshmana, he said something is going to happen. He said Lakshmana, take Sita and hide her where no one can find her. And then you come back out. The story of Rama standing there, that whole army of Ravana's demons flying, coming towards them, thousands. Rama and Lakshmana alone. So Rama was almost 10 feet tall. They were Kshatriyas, they were warriors. Back in that time, biology was different. They were huge beings. As warrior, Rama stood there, all muscle, holding his bow and arrow, here in Jata, and he's waiting. Within minutes, him and Lakshmana clear that whole army. Sita Ma now, she hears everything is quiet, she comes out. And if you see how sweetly that katha is given, Sita Devi is standing there and she's looking at Rama. And he's there, strong, breathing heavy, he just fought a war. It says little specks of blood is there on his forehead also. But he's standing there so strong and she looks at him and she just says, my God, look at the husband that I got. Look at his strength. And he did all this for me, to protect me. Means, if you be dharmic like Sita Ma, then you will earn a husband like Shri Ram, who will fight for you. If you be that dharma, you will earn one like that. It's the law of cause and effect. That's the law of karma. Everyone worries. Parents worry, will my daughter find a good boy? Daughters worry, will I ever find the right partner? Means, you don't need to find any partner for the younger girls here. You don't have to find any partner. You make yourself into the right partner. Means, you make yourself into the best version of you. God will send the person to match you. He will have to send the person who matches you. It's the law of cause and effect. So you don't have to find anyone out there. You focus in here. And if you do the work, the result will come. Even Bhagavan Sri Rama said, this is the law of the universe. And when I take avatara, even I am bound by that law. And I will support it for you. See, there's a secret in this law. I'll share a little secret with you all. Our Vedantic philosophy of our Hindu scriptures. The law of karma in our Sanatana Dharma philosophy is called as karma siddhanta. This law dictates that nothing can come to you unless you deserve it. Deserve means that based on my actions of the past, I am creating my own future. And so the self-effort that we put in the past, or didn't, is what fructifies as our destiny in future. What does this mean? When we studied in Mumbai,
Our Acharya, Swami Bodhatmanandaji, he told us, if you choose to be a Vedantin now, means if you choose to follow the highest part of this philosophy, take sannyasa, follow this life. Being a Vedantin means you can never complain again in life. Because if you understand the law of karma, then if you get it, you deserve it. You know, many times we're in a meeting or something, and we're about to land that account, and at the last minute someone makes some foolish statement and the whole thing goes out the window, you lose. And you spend days thinking, if that person didn't open his mouth, we would have had this whole thing done. The law of karma says, if that person didn't open his mouth, Bhagwan would have sent someone else to open his mouth, because it has nothing to do with him. This is your karma fructifying. And if you didn't deserve to land that account, you will never land that account. Your karmas have come for you. Being a Vedantin means you can never complain again in life. Yada bhavi natad bhavi. Bhavi chet natad anyatha. Yad abhavi, that which is not destined for you, natad bhavi. There's no way it will come. No matter how much you want that thing and you try for that thing, if it is not meant for you, let it go. But bhavi chet, if it is for you, natad anyatha, it will never be different. So don't worry. It will come. We worry too much. Bhagavan tells us, you put in the work and it will come. See, if I ask all of you here, what is the characteristics of your perfect partner? Say before you got married and you were dreaming, who is this person I'll marry? Or for your son or daughter now, if you're thinking, what type of character do you want for them? What qualities will you give? Intelligent, good-natured, good-looking. That boy or girl for my son or daughter, he shouldn't get angry fast. Should be someone who is thoughtful, pauses before they speak, spiritual, kind. Someone who is of caliber. Yes? Now if I ask you, why would that perfect person want you? Why would that person of such endowments be interested in your son or daughter? Have you trained them to be of such distinction? If you have, then you have nothing to worry about. Bhavi chet natadanyatha. If they deserve it, it will come. Have faith. You say, oh no, but Jyoti ji, you don't know the kind of characters that are there. And when they fall in love, they can't think. Oh, we have to be worried. Actually, look at Sita Ma. There were hundreds of princes at her Swayamvar, including Ravana. Don't worry about the characters in this generation. Ravana was there at her Swayamvar. But yet, only Sri Rama could lift that bow and win her hand. No matter all the powerful ones that were there, she will get what she deserves. You can come up a little more. Let's make some space. No matter what happens, we can only get what we deserve. What is predestined? But what is predestined is based on our caliber. And so for the younger ones, if you bring yourself to a certain caliber, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you don't, then why will that perfect version of that boy or girl want you if you are not that? Cause effect. You think. Now the secret power of this thing is in the opposite side, that bhavi chet natadanyatha, that if you do the work, then nothing can stop the bliss that is headed your way. No matter how many obstacles might be coming, if you have put in the work, the result will come. And so never underestimate that power that lies dormant within all of us to transform our lives and to shape our destiny. Ever ready is that Shakti of Goddess within all of us. And when we awaken that, it can unleash a dynamism from within us that it said can transform the worst of saints into the greatest, the worst of sinners into the greatest of saints. We can change ourselves. This is the Ichha Shakti of Lakshmi Devi. The power of will to change and to evolve. Bhagavan Shri Krishna talks about it in Bhagavad Gita. He says, Api chet sudurachara bhajate mamananya bha sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. He says, Api chet sudurachara, that even the vilest of characters can be transformed into sadhu, one of worth. How? Through ananya bhak and samyak vyavasayatmika buddhi. Means through a strong internal resolution with a heart of goodness. And this means that Ichha Shakti, Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati represents Jnana, Kriya, Ichha Shakti. The power within us to transform, that forceful potency within us to persevere and remodel ourselves into something better. That is the ability, the blessing of Devi Maha within us. And so if we ever feel like we can't change, how many times have we tried to change and we feel like it's just not happening? When we can't find that strength, it said pray to Devi. She has that might to bless us. And so, what I'm going to share now is one beautiful story from Sri Ramchartamanas. This is our main katha for tonight. It is a story of Parvati Devi when she was a girl. And it's a story of the tapas that she undertook, the penance, in order to transform herself into someone who was worthy of being the consort of Bhagavan Shiva himself. And so it's a story of that same Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti of Devi. And it shows that if we're willing to, the greater the effort we put in, we can even gain Bhagwan as our consort. For all of the Devis here, this story shows us that you have the power within you to even transform your own husband. That you have the power within you to transform your whole marriage. Don't doubt the Shakti that is innate in you. And so we see this epic from Sri Ramchartamanas now. Short epic is there. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama
पाए कौतुक गिरि गेह सिधाए शैलराज बड़ आदर कीन्हा पद पखारी धर आसन दीन्हा नारी सहित मुनि पद सिरुनावा चरण सलील सब भरनु सिझावा निज सौभाग्य बहुत गिरिवरना सुता बोली मैं ली मुनि चरणा श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा जय जय रामा जय जय राम सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. We travel to the picturesque mountains of the Himalayas. And there, in the abode of Himavan, the king of Himalayas, him and his wife Menu are waiting to welcome baby Parvati. This is the birth of Parvati Devi. It said, Sarita saba punita jala bahahi khaga mriga madhupa sukhi sabharahi. It said that all of the rivers began to spring forth holy waters. Not only Ganga and Yamuna, all the rivers became holy. It said, Khaga, Mriga, Madhupa, birds, beasts, beasts, all of them sukhi, they all became happy, rejoicing. Even the animals that were hostile by nature suddenly became docile. And everyone on that mountain of Himalayas became peaceful and happy. Why did this happen? So hase lagiri jagrihaye Girija, baby Parvati, Griha, she came to this home. What happens when a beautiful baby girl enters our home? Sukhi sabharahi, our joy knows no bound. It said all of Himalayas lit up with this joy. The mountains itself, Sant Tulsidas, she said, wore a cheer that was similar to the face of a devotee when they see Sri Rama. This was the beauty of that setting. Narada Samachara, Narada Muni now, he heard this wonderful news that a baby girl had been born to Himavan and that she was growing up with such superior qualities, and he wanted to meet this Parvati Devi. And so Naradji ventures to Himalayas. He's received and welcomed by Himavan. Him and his wife bowing their head at his feet. They wash his feet and sprinkle the water all through their homes. And then Himavan asks now of Naradji. He tells Naradji, look at the blessing that I have. Look at my home, look at my wife, look at my daughter. Bhagwan has been so propitious unto me. He places Parvati Devi, this little girl, at Naradji's feet. Such a beautiful scene is there. Parvati Devi is shining, resplendent with her divinity. Narad Muni sitting there glowing also. And the Himalayan mountains in the background, glistening, the ice like diamonds. But in this beauty of life, the only thing predictable is its unpredictability. And so, our human nature is such that the moment things are going nice, we can't leave it alone.
we have to go looking for some kind of trouble. And so what unfolds next? What happens? It says, Trikalagnya sarvagnya tumha Gati sarvatra tumhari Kahahu suta ke dosha guna Munibar hridaya bichari. Himavan approaches Naraji. He says, "Oh Naraji, Trikalagnya Sarvagnya Tumha." He says, "You're Sarvagnya, you know everything. Trikalagnya, you can see past, present and future, all the 3 periods of time. You tell me, Naraji, please tell me guna and dosha. What is propitious in my daughter? And what defects might be there in her future?" You all know this thing about checking your patra? So basically, Maha is telling Naraji, check she patra. Tell me. Now, if you don't want to know your future, don't ask. And if you ask, be ready for what's coming, because what they are going to hear now, see what unfolds. What does Naraji say? Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Kaha muni behasi gudha mridubani suta tumhari sakal gun khani sundar sahaj sushila sayani naam umam bika bhavani sabala kshana sampana kumari hoi santata piyahi piyari sada jalahi karahi mata ehi tejasu pe ahi pitu mata hoi pujasa kala jagamai ehi sevat kachu durlabhanahi ehi karnaam sumiri samsara striya chadi hari pitavrata sidha sela sulakshana suta tumhari sunahu jaya bhava guna duichari aguna mana matu pitu hina udasina sav samshayasina Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Syavar Ramchandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Narad Muni smiles and he says to Himavan, he says, your daughter is a mine of virtues. Sundara, Sahaja, Susila, pretty, amiable, friendly, intelligent. The entire creation shall know her as Uma, Ambika, Bhavani. Adorned with superior traits, she shall be unfailing in her ways, and she shall earn the love of her husband. She shall bring glory to her parents. It's said in this katha that
remembrance of the name of Uma, Parvati Devi, she shall be so superior in her characteristics that any woman in this world that chants her name will be blessed to become the epitome of the perfect wife. He says, "O Himavan, hear these amazing qualities of your daughter, but know now the other side. What untoward predictions are there in her future now?" He says, what are the qualities of the consort, the husband, that she will get? He says, aguna, no qualities. Means, will he be a man of intelligence and worth? No, no qualities. Will he love and cherish my daughter? We don't know, no qualities. Aguna. Amana, he'll have no pride in anything. Matu pitu hina, no mother, no father. He's an orphan to begin with. Udasina, he will be indifferent to everything. So will he show affection to my daughter? Udasina, he will be indifferent to all of it. Goes on to explain. He will be an ascetic with matted hair, naked, and all kinds of unseeming ornaments and strange paraphernalia over his body. Imagine if a parent in this generation hears that. Unseeming paraphernalia, what, piercings, tattoos, what will he look like? Scars, whatever. Your daughter will be the perfect wife. Here the gunas of her, here the doshas of her husband. Himavan and his wife now, very worried, disconsolate inside. But Parvati Devi is listening, and she in her heart feels so delighted. Because she's thinking, I know these qualities, and it's not what they think. Because in her heart already love for the lotus feet of Shiva had sprung. But she felt diffident that how will I ever attain a husband like that, the Lord of the universe? And so Naradji, reading Parvati Ma's mind, he says, Himavan, don't be worried. See all of these qualities that I just named, Je Je Barake Dosha Bakhani, Te Saba Siva Pahi Mai Anumane. He says, I'm doing Anumana, I'm thinking now, all of these qualities may sound bad, but if you look at it from a different perspective, these are all qualities of Shiva. Aguna, no qualities, means he's beyond quality. Amana, no pride, doesn't mean he doesn't take pride in what he does. It means he has transcended being proud. Udasina, indifferent, doesn't mean he'll be indifferent to your daughter. It means he has risen above everything, that's all. He says, so this is what is written on Parvati's hand. This is the husband she has to get. One with these qualities. But these qualities can be qualities of an inferior husband, or these qualities can also apply to a superior husband. Which one will it be? Is based on what she deserves. What is her character? And so if she's willing to put out the work, she can transform this prophecy into a husband of great worth. Naradji says, Duraradhyapai ahahi mahesu asutosha puni kiye kalesu. So Shivaji is very powerful, very difficult to please, but penance pleases him very easily. And so, if Parvati Devi can take up some penance, she can stand a chance to win that hand of Bhagavan Shivaji and transform the fate that's written on her palm. So now, final doha we will see. We are going to witness Parvati Devi's tapas, her penance. We will witness her penance and austerity that stands as a testimony to the fact that we can channel, if we can channel that fire of Devi within us, then nothing is unachievable for us. Even the Lord will come to be with us. See our final doha now. Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, 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 Uradhari Uma, Pranapati Charana, Jaye Bipinara, Gita Kucharana, Ati Sukumarana, Tanu Tapjehu, Pati Pada Surimi, Tajeu Sabhogu, Nitana Vajarana, Pajanuraga, Bisari Deha Tapa, Hi Manuraga, Sammata Sahasamula Phalakhai, Saju Khai Sata Varasha Gavai, Kachudina Bhogano, Bari Batasa, Kiye Kathina Kachu, Dina Upavasa, Bela Pati Mahi, Parahi Sukhai, Tihi Sahasasam, Bata Sukhai, Pune Pariharaso, Khane Umarana, Umahina Mutava Bhaya Aparana, Dekhi Umahitava Khina Sarira, Brahma Jira Bhay Gagana Gabhira, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, 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 Jaya Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Parvati Ma, cherishing the feet of her Lord in her mind, she sits down to do tapas. How is she described? Ati Sukumari. Kumari, she's a young girl. Sukumari, so delicate, so young. Ati Sukumari, too delicate for these strong austerities, this penance that she's going to try to do. Looking at her, her parents' heart is aching. Now, how would this little girl sit and do penance? See the power of Shakti inside of her. It said, Nita Tava Charana Upaja Anuraga. That her devotion to Shiva's feet grew in new phases every day. It said for 1,000 years she lived on just roots and fruits. Mula phala. For 100 years she subsisted on vegetables. We fast for one day. And by the evening we're dying. When will food come? 1,000 years of tapas. She would, for a few days, sustain herself on just water and air. And then she would go back to just having bilva leaves, bay leaves that had fallen from the tree. Finally, she would give up even leaves. Imagine. This is the strength of her tapas. Seeing her body now emaciated through the self-sacrifice for thousands of years. Now in the midst of her meditation, a celestial voice reigns through the air. And Brahmaji, the creator,
his voice resounding through the heavens. What does he say to Parvati Devi? He says, Bhayo manorat subhala tava Sunu Giriraj Kumari Pariharu dusara kalesa saba Ab mili hai Tripurari Syavar Ramachandra ki jai Pavan Suta Hanuman ki jai Umapati Mahadev ki jai Bolo bhai sab Sanatana ki jai. What does the voice of Brahmaji say? He says, Sunu, Giri Rajakumari, oh Girija, daughter of Himalayas. Sunu, listen to me. Bhayo Manorata Subhalatava. All of this rigorous penance you've been doing, Subhala, it has come to its fruition now. He says, Parihu Dusaha Kale Susaba. All of this penance, you give it up now. Why? Abba Mili Hahi Tripurari. That Lord who slayed Tripura, that Tripurari Shiva, he will soon be yours. Leave this penance now and return to your father's home. See the strength that even a little girl can channel through herself. What is the message here? Your consort is proportional to your caliber, and gain is proportional to sacrifice. The character you develop in yourself is what will earn you a suitable life partner. This is what determines your match in life. And so look at your partner. It's a reflection of who you are and who you can both evolve into is based on the strength of both of your tapas. This story is not just for our daughters, for the younger ones here. It's for the mature women in this crowd also. That never underestimate the power of your Shakti to transform your marriage, to transform your family. This is the power you wield as the Devi in your home. And this is the potential of your tapas. And if your partner is already good, then good. You grow together in Dharma and you become a true Shiva and Parvati. You become like Lakshmana and Urmila. Urmila was the wife of Lakshmana. Do we know about her? Very little. Not much was given about her. You know why? Because she wasn't around. When Lakshmana said, I have to go to forest with Rama, she said, we just got married. Where are you going? How am I going to live without you? He said, you know what? Don't live without me. She said, what, die? He said, no, sleep. For 14 years, Urmila slept. When we're sleeping, we don't miss anyone, right? When she said, I'll miss you too much, you can't go with Rama. He said, you sleep for 14 years, you won't miss me. You be my strength to do what I can't, so that I can do what I can. For 14 years, Lakshmana could not sleep. Throughout the day, they would walk through the forest with Rama and Sita, and at night, he had to protect Sita and Rama while they slept. So when did he sleep? Throughout the day, they're walking. Throughout the night, he's waking. For 14 years, Lakshmana never slept. And for 14 years, Urmila slept for him. Be the strength of your man. And whatever he can't do, you find the strength in you to do it. You are a team. This modern society, some of our young girls are losing that, this fight for independence and equality. I want equal rights. Let him have his career, I have my career too. Mine is better than his even. And none of that nonsense is there in our Dharma. You are a team. You support each other in your strength. You lift each other in your weaknesses. And if it comes time that you even need to sacrifice your career for the sake of supporting him, then think. Discern intelligently. And if it is the best thing to do for your marriage, you'll be ready to do it. Similarly, he must be ready to do the same for you also. Nothing is wrong with a husband supporting a successful wife. And nothing is inferior about a wife putting her career on the back burner for a few years when children are coming and these type of things. Now this is a bit of a controversial topic that we're ending with. But if you don't like it, leave it aside. But if you like it, think, just think. See, there is this example. Have you all ever seen a crocheted picture? There's this thread they used to crochet, right? And if you look on the underside of it, it just looks like a mess of threads. It looks like nothing beautiful. But when you see the top of it, it's a beautiful crochet picture is there. Means sometimes we look at life and we think it's just a mess. We don't know why things are happening. We don't know why things are going this way. It's like looking at that crochet from below. It's just a mess. But sometimes when we don't understand what's happening here, the best view is from above. And so looking down, we're looking up, we're just seeing the mess. But Bhagavan is looking down on us and he's seeing the beautiful tapestry that he is weaving called our life. The best view is from above, and so we have to learn to trust that view sometimes. What's the controversial point here? That Bhagavan in all of his intelligence created men and women different for a reason. And there are things that women are blessed with the talent to do that men cannot do. Similarly, there are things that they are meant to do, that they are bestowed with the character and the responsibility to do that we should not. That we need not. We can. No one is saying we're not capable. But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. We have to respect that there's a balance in these roles. But sometimes that ego in us, in that fight to prove superiority, gender superiority, such a big thing in this generation. But sometimes we mess up the balance that was put there for an intelligent reason. And that ego-driven sprint to success affects more than just us. Sometimes what we may deem as our worst professional failure, I had to leave my job, can actually be the facilitator of our greatest personal success. There is a nice story of a football player. Good football player. Say he's positioned there and he has a shot at the goal. But it's tricky. His partner is in a position where he has a direct shot. What do you do? What does teamwork tell us? Does he pass it or does he try? Pass. All the men answered only. Women don't know football. See, this is one example. Sports are for men. He passes it. But if he passes it, see, there's a defect in this thing. It's the right thing to do. But tomorrow in the newspaper, his name is going to come, not mine. And in that newspaper, they're not going to quote my sacrifice that I made. It's only going to be him. So, do I pass it and lose my name and fame? Or do I make the shot and mess up? Or make the shot and I'm successful, but my team, my family is not happy? Teamwork. Modern society is teaching our girls a different kind of strength, right? It's good. But that should not mess up the teamwork in the home. Think. Sometimes, and women tend to be the ones who sacrifice. Upholding Dharma requires that kind of sacrifice. Pass the ball. It's what's best for the team. Sometimes. And no one embodied that spirit of sacrifice like our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers of the past. Some of the young women in our current generation are under this erroneous notion that a mother or a stay-at-home mom is an inferior profession. And I call it a profession for a reason, because it is. But let me tell you something. The strength of today's generation of Indians, and we are a force to be reckoned with in the US. American families know Indian families have discipline. Their kids achieve. They know. The strength of the success of Indians in our current generation is 99.9% due to the sacrifices of their stay-at-home moms of the previous generation, or their working moms who ensured they were the priority. Having a mother in the home, or a mother working but where home is her primary focus, even though working, having that mother there in the formative years of a child's development has an astronomical impact on their psychological and emotional stability for life. I'm not saying you should give up your career, but just for those few years, 5 or 6 years when children are being born, that focus should be there when their core mental foundation is being established. When those years come, find that pride in our Indian culture that tells us to embrace these divine feminine roles and execute them with that pristine ability within you. That delicate role that Bhagavan himself has entrusted only you with. You are molding a human mind. You are creating a successful person for the rest of their lives. Do you know the trust that Bhagavan has in you, which is implied by that role? Children are a gift, and we must be a blessing to them. The dharma of that feminine energy in the home should never be devalued. And neither should it be underestimated. It's not an easy role. Ask any of the women here. It is not an easy role. It is one of the most challenging and sometimes thankless. But it is the sweetest and most precious gift that we can be given. So, I want us to observe the minds of children in society now. In our Bal Vihar, my high schoolers tell me they don't, but all of their friends in school have psychiatrists. It's a fad. Every teenager has a psychiatrist now. And psychiatrists are seeing more and more. We have multiple psychiatrists at our ashram. They're telling us they're seeing more and more cases of psychiatric disease, suicides in children, teenagers, adolescents. Why? When they probe behind it, it's because when they're faced with challenges, they do not have the emotional and psychological strength to cope. Where does that tree of emotional and psychological strength find its root? Home, family, love, parents, mother. And if you notice, this generation of mothers, exponentially more than the previous ones, and especially in a Western society, they are not in the homes when it matters. Maybe not these women, but in society, we're seeing this. Be careful of the roles that we take up. Society's success is actually in the hands of our mothers. It's a testimony to the sacrifices that they made so that we could make society into what it is today. But we seem to have lost sight of the pride with which our grandmothers and mothers executed those pristine roles. A woman engaging her feminine dharmas, she finds an unspoken peace inside. Some of the younger girls, I want you to talk to these aunties who are here and ask them about the strength that they found in themselves, the peace that they find when they think of, my family is well settled. I did a good job with my kids. That manifests a different kind of strength in you. We saw that in our ancestors. This is what I want our younger girls now to discover. Discover the majesty of that Shakti within you to be both the high-powered manager and the high-strung mother. At work and in home, both of these can coexist. But, my last point, while both can coexist, always remember that if you were to drop dead tomorrow, your job will shed a tear and they'll replace you next week. But your family will grieve you for the rest of their life. Think. Remember who are the ones who are worthy of your sacrifices. And never sell your soul for superiority. Regrets are not nice to live with. And so, embrace each and every role that Bhagavan has blessed you with. Integrate every part of your character together and set an example for the next generation. Stand for something. Show them how you can balance all of these roles and still be that powerful mother, that Devi. Stand for something, or you will fall for anything. Respect yourself. Your family will cherish you, and society will value you. And it's said in our scriptures that a society in which women are respected, valued, worthy of worship, there even the devatas revel. Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha. Yatra, there where naryastu pujyante, there where women are pujitaha, they are worthy of worship, they are respectful and respectable. In that society, ramante tatra devataha. The devatas themselves revel. They bless that society. They bless that home, that family. So, let us pay homage to that Devi within all of us. And let us allow her to bring out the best in all of us. My wish for everyone here is that we all come to live what our Devi Ma embodies. Shri Adi Shakti Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. We'll join together in one last kirtan to finish. It is kirtan to Devi Ma, and as you sing, you invoke that Devi within you. Jagat Janani
जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी माता भवानी वाणी पत्नी माता भवानी वाणी पत्नी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत्कारिणी भवतारिणी जगत्कारिणी भवतारिणी जगत्कारिणी भवतारिणी जनपावनी मनभावनी जनपावनी मनभावनी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी माता भवानी वाणी पत्नी जगत जननी जगत कल्याणी 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 श्री आदिशक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय. Thank you all for your patience. I'm sorry if we took too long, but beautiful katha, sometimes you can't stop. Thank you for enjoying this katha with me. And we invoke Devi Ma's blessing on all of us. Jagadamba Mata ki Jai.
Jyotiji, thank you so much for the beautiful words. I think everyone here truly enjoyed your message. At this time, Sister Priya has asked me to coordinate some bhajans. We will hear bhajans from Tim, followed by Auntie Lolita, then Auntie Nidra, and last we'll also have a bhajan, or a few words, by Sister Priya's mom, Auntie Paro. Short bhajans.
सरससुपावनी शक्ति है तेजोमया हे आनंद स्वरूपनी मम मन हृदय काजुयान जय मां जय मां जय माँ जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जगदम्बिके जय जय
जगजननी माँ
क्या मन हरुना सुहाया है क्या मन हरुना सुहाया है वारु सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर वारु सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर मेरे मन को ये पाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ हे प्रेम कुंज है करुणामय है और शक्ति जग जननी माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ हे प्रेम कुंज है करुणामय है और शक्ति जग जननी माँ तेरा वरहस्त मेरे श्रीष्ठ हरे तेरा वरहस्त मेरे श्रीष्ठ हरे बालक तेरे चरणों में आया है बालक तेरे चरणों में आया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ श्री राम तू ही श्री कृष्ण तू ही दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू जय माँ जय माँ श्री राम तू ही श्री कृष्ण तू ही दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में तेरा ही तेज समाया है तेरा ही तेज समाया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ
जय माँ
माँ जो पाऊँ तुमसे पाऊँ जो देवे उसमें हर्षाऊँ जय माँ जय माँ माँ जो पाऊँ तुमसे पाऊँ जो देवे उसमें हर्षाऊँ कुछ रहे न मेरा अपनापन कुछ रहे न मेरा अपनापन मेरे सर्वाचा आया है जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ
मेरे गीत रे ओ मैया तुझको पुकारे मेरे गीत रे मेरे गीत रे ओ शेरा वालिए ओ मेहरा वालिए मैया तुझको पुकारे मेरे गीत रे मेरे गीत रे माँ जगदम्बे नदिया किनारे माँ जगदम्बे नदिया किनारे मैया भवर भव सागर तारे तू ही लक्ष्मी तू ही गौरी तू ही माता भवानी रे मैया तुझको पुकारे मेरे गीत रे मेरे गीत रे हे जगजननी है महामाया हे महामाया हे जगजननी है महामाया तू है कृपाय मैया तू है दयाला तू है दयाला तू ही दुर्गे तू ही काली तू ही माता भवानी
माँ तू है माँ, माँ तू है माँ, माँ जैसे दुनिया में है कोई कहाँ। माँ तू है माँ, माँ तू है माँ, माँ जैसे दुनिया में है कोई कहाँ। माँ तू है माँ, माँ तू है माँ, माँ जैसे दुनिया में है कोई कहाँ। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ। माँ तू है मंदिर, माँ तू है पूजा, पूजा के वरदान माँ। ये लोक तू है, परलोक तू है, तुझ में है दोनों जहां। माँ तू है मंदिर, माँ तू है पूजा, पूजा का वरदान माँ। ये लोक तू है, परलोक तू है, तुझ में है दोनों जहां। माँ तू भगवान का दूसरा रूप है, तेरे सूरत में परमात्मा। माँ तू है माँ, माँ तू है माँ, माँ जैसे दुनिया में है कोई कहाँ। माँ तेरे ममता गंगा की धारा है
Swamiji, Panditji, brothers and sisters, my humble Sita Ram, Namaskar. Tonight, I have so much emotions thinking about the mother's love. And I thank God for being a woman and a mother. There was once in my life when I had to play the part of a wife, a mother, a daughter-in-law, a daughter, a sister. And I thank God for having that faith, that trust, that confidence, that belief in Him, so I could have played my role properly. I still feel that Hinduism is a way of life, and it's duty. When you do your duty as a woman, a mother, a sister, you know what I get? A free conscience. No regrets, no pain, no pain. There is a flow of peace and contentment, and I have to thank the parent, the in-laws, the children. You know what for? For giving me the opportunity to use this human body usefully. I have no regrets because I played my part well. When I look at my daughters this morning, we are cooking, I said to myself, if I leave Mother Earth now, I didn't give them home, land, money, jewelry, but what I have given them is my Dharma. Dharma which will raise them to a higher level. And all I ask from God at this stage in my life, let my children believe and trust in Him. When you believe and you have that trust and you have that faith and that confidence in God, no matter what problem you have to face, He will give you that astra to face it. He will give you that courage to face it. And when problems come to you, tell Him, if you think I'm going to give up faith in you, no way, until you take the last breath out of me. This is what I always said to Him. I always remember in Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna, Arjuna went to Lord Krishna before he went to the battlefield to ask him to be on his side of the war. And Lord Krishna said, you have two choices. You want me or you want my army? And Lord Arjuna made that choice. I want you. When we pray, tell Bhagwan, we want you to be on our side. And when we have Him on our side, we will never fail. We will never fail in this world. He will give us that strength no matter what to face that problem. Pray, I have to thank you. And I'm blessed to bring, before I give you birth, you was a soul in the universe longing for life. I didn't know if you would have been a boy or a girl, what you would look like. But I thank God for you, and I have to thank all of you kids. I have lived to see that you're doing your duty as a mother. This is the greatest wealth you can give to Shani and Akshay. And I want Shani and Akshay to pass it on, because this is the wealth my parents gave me. Today, I was telling my sister, when I came to America, my mother had passed away just a year before. And I couldn't send a piece of clothes or a box for her when people say they're sending boxes back home. We didn't have the opportunity. So those who have mothers, never neglect them. It takes a woman to bring a man in this world. Honor your mother. Mothers are great. You have to be blessed from God to be mothers. Thank you, and may God bless you.
I think all the ladies here tonight have wonderful messages, and I think you can all agree with me. Thank you so much for that message, Auntie Paro. At this time, I'd like to ask Sister Priya and her family to say a few words, followed by Arti.
Swami said we're a team. Sita Ram, everyone, thank you all for coming and welcome. Swamini, thank you for such a wonderful message. I am very fortunate that I have dinner with Swamis on Thursday. And Pandit Avi, thank you very much for this morning's program and puja. Auntie Nidra, Pandit Mahendra, all of you have been instrumental in the success of today's program. More than anyone else, I would like all of you to give an applause, big applause, to my husband and my 2 children. Thank you all. Some days I am Durga, some days I'm Kali.
She did it this morning. She did it this morning.
But every day I'm a mom and a wife. And every day I take my mom duty seriously. And having all of you here is a fruition of a 1-year vision that Swami and I had. When Swami came 2 years ago, I am the only Guyanese Swami knew. And I'm the only one that she connected with immediately because we are both from the Caribbean. And today, you have joined your family. Welcome. Thank you all for coming out. And I appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to be here today. May you all be blessed. May you all continue to follow your Dharma, continue to do your duties. And as Swami Vivekananda would say, sometimes a duty would be walking on sand that is so hot it melts your feet, but you still have to do it because it is your duty. I thank you to Tony for so much patience. I honestly do. And my best friend Kinnari and your husband Nilesh, thank you for coming. My 2 sisters, they're helping outside. And my mom and all of you that are here from out of town and here. I appreciate each and every one of you this evening. Thank you so much. We do have bhojan in the back, so before you leave, please partake. And I'm thinking we will have a 2-night next year.
It will be open up to anybody.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Maybe we should try to get Arunji to come to Atlanta, and we can have you and him. We can do that, right? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you very much for coming over, and I can invite everybody to the house tomorrow for a party, because next couple of days I'm going to have a wedding anniversary. So, thank you guys for that. Thank you, Swami.
At this time, devotees, before we end with anything for today, we want to make sure we do our 2 final steps. Whether you're doing a reading or a full puja, it's always auspicious to do 2 final things. First is going to be final arti, followed by final prayer. So you're going to groan, I understand, but I need you all to stand up. Go ahead and let those uhs out. I ask that we all stand as we prepare and join together as we commence with our final arti. Sister Priya, Brother Tony, Akshay, Shana, you guys are going to have to come up and do it as our hosts.
ॐ जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ॐ जय अम्बे गौरी मंथन पर साजे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती मैया नासाग्रे मोती कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर समराजत ज्योति ओम जय अम्बे गौरी के हरि वाहन राजत खड्ग कपड़ धारी मैया खड्ग कपड़ धारी सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत इनके दुख हारी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी शुंभ निशुंभ विदारे महिषासुर घाती मैया महिषासुर घाती धूम्र विलोचन नैना धूम्र विलोचन नैना निज दिन मद माती ओम जय अम्बे गौरी ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी मैया तुम कमला रानी अगम निगम बखानी अगम निगम बखानी तुम शिवपत रानी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी छौसत योगिनी गावत नृत्य करे भैरो मैया नृत्य करे भैरो बाजत ताल मृदंगा बाजत ताल मृदंगा और बाजत डमरू ओम जय अम्बे गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत तुमको निश दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी
Om Mahadunduragaya Namah. As we join together and perform our closing prayers, devotees, I do this my congregation, and I ask you to join with me as we join together in clasping our hands, and go ahead and close your eyes. We've heard a lot of information today, and I know a lot of us may be focused on what's going to be happening tomorrow, but I ask at this time that you clear your mind of all worldly thoughts. Clear your mind of anything that may be causing you a distraction or any stressors or distress you may have in your life. We start off by relaxing our body, so take a deep breath in, filling your lungs all the way, clean, pure air, and slowly exhale. As you do, relax the muscles in your back, relax and drop your shoulders, relax your neck. If your forehead is scrunched up, relax that as well. Release all the tension in your legs, your calf, your thighs. Relax every muscle in your body and continue to breathe very calmly and very slowly. With your eyes remaining closed, devotees, I want you to focus on a form of the mother that's most pleasing to you. One that helps you concentrate, one that helps you focus, and one that helps you maintain devotion as you join together with me as we chant our closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu Sarvesham Shanti Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Om Sarve Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bradrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschita Dukabham Bhavet Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktahinam Janardanam Yatya Pujitam Maya Neva Paripurnam Karastu Me Papoham Papo Karamaham Papo Atma Papo Sambhava Trahimam Pundari Kaksham Sarva Papo Haro Hari Om Tvameva Matascha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Asatoma Sangamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoma Mritam Maya Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Devotees, may we all please bow at this time. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Dhyav Shanti Antariksham Shantir Prithvi Shantir Apa Shantir Aushadhaya Shantir Vanaspati Shantir Vishwadeva Shantir Brahma Shantir Sarvegvam Shantir Shantireva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Prem se bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki. All right, I know a lot of you don't know me. That wasn't good enough. Prem se bolo, with love I say to God, Jai. Jai means victory. So when I say you go to a sporting event, like say you're watching the cricket finals or whatever, you're not going to go, victory. Right? So with emphasis, with Atma, with soul. Prem se bolo Ganesh Bhagwan ki. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Durga Mata ki. Prem se bolo Sanatana Dharma ki. Prem se bolo Guru Dev ki Jai. That was good. Just so you know, if you're ever in here with me and you don't scream loud enough, I'm going to call you out because that's what I do. Oh.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you so much. I sent an email and I said, can you be my MC? And you're like, sure, no problem. So I really appreciate it, and you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking me to. It has been my honor to be here this evening. It's been my honor to listen to you and all of your teachings. It's been wonderful seeing so many faces in the Mandir and being able to join you all on a Saturday evening for us to do this. There is Bhojan in the front building, so please make sure that you do eat before you leave. A general announcement: service tomorrow is canceled. There is no service tomorrow in person or online. We will see you all next Sunday for Diwali. Thank you all for being here this evening. Swamiji, thank you so much again. Get home safely, and we will see you all next week.